And we're live.
We're live. Hi, I'm Sapphy.
And I'm Mystic.
And this is the Lore Together live stream for our Mass Effect Let's Play. Thank you for joining us where we're doing Jack's loyalty mission.
Yep.
So, good to see you tonight on this lovely Thursday night where I do not have a stomach ache and therefore I am able to do things when I ask to. Hey, Arcane Flame, yay! Generality goes, Shep is getting warmed up, I see. Yeah, getting those stretches. You know, Mystic just did a stretch like that too right now. Good evening, Scott. Good to see you.
Also, sorry for moving the mic there a little bit. So, my mic is still set up
You're
weirdly
never as bad as I am.
No, but I was recording, so our patrons will see that the latest Cyberpunk episode, which has been 2 months
in the making,
essentially. Basically, real life gets in the way of Let's Plays, so I figure you guys want episodes for the podcast as opposed to let me crash into and make a Let's Play episode.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
All right.
Samara wants a moment with you, Commander.
You know what? Let's get all these out of the way because they're just going to keep popping up.
Now you just heard me move my microphone, by the way.
That is not Samara.
That one is
That's what's her name.
No, there's no what's her name. There's only one what's his name, okay?
I was more trying to incense that one viewer we have that seems to like Kasumi.
Oh, chaotic god? I don't see them on here, but I'm sure if they were watching, they'd be incensed.
I am glad I joined your team. It has been too long since I traveled with companions. When the time comes, I will do whatever is necessary.
We've not taken you anywhere yet. Have we? I don't think we've taken her anywhere yet.
We have not had a chance to take Samara anywhere, but also she is on a spaceship far away from Asari culture. So it's already very different.
No, I get that, but I just realized we've not taken her anywhere yet. So
we just got her like a couple missions
We've not
ago.
taken Thane anywhere either, so.
Yeah, well, that's, I feel less said about that. We haven't talked to him either, have we?
We probably should.
Yeah, let's talk to him too, and then yeah.
You're an important part of this crew, Samara.
It is my honor. Also, there is a matter I need to discuss. When we met on Ilium, I told you about a very dangerous person I was pursuing. Using the information you obtained, I have located her. She's been going by the name Morinth. I would like to apprehend her before she disappears again.
Didn't you say you'd pick up her trail after our mission?
I know where she is, right now. In a month, she may be gone. This is the best opportunity I've ever had.
Where is she?
Omega, a nightclub called Afterlife, which seems a perfect place for her to hunt.
How important is this?
Killing her has been my focus for 400 years. It is the most important thing in my life, and the reason I became a Justicar.
Tell me about her.
She is an Ardot Yakshi. It is a term from a dead Asari dialect. It means demon of the night winds, but that is mythology. She is simply a very dangerous woman who kills without mercy.
So is an Ardot Yakshi a special kind of murderer?
Morinth suffers a rare genetic disorder. When she mates with you, there is no gentle melding of nervous systems. She overpowers yours, burns it out, hemorrhages your brain. You end up a mindless shell, and soon after, you are dead.
Why isn't this ever mentioned in Asari literature or art?
When we were primitive, there was much fascination with Ardot Yakshi. Some cultures worshipped them as gods of destruction. Now the Asari have a place in the galaxy, and they don't wish this defect to be widely known. As far as I know, only 3 exist today. 2 chose a life of seclusion. The 3rd ran.
Morinth.
She ran, and I am sworn to kill her.
Can't she abstain?
Each encounter gives her strength. The effect is narcotic. The more she does it, the more she needs to do it. She will never stop. She can't.
So you hunt down these Asari just because they're born with a genetic condition?
It manifests with maturity. When one is diagnosed, she is offered the chance to live in seclusion and comfort. If she refuses, it shows her addiction to the ecstasy she gets from killing her mates. There is no redemption for such a person.
This is definitely worthy of your full attention.
She confuses her victims, twists their feelings. They will do anything for her favor.
We need to stop her.
Thank you, Commander. There are no words to express what this means to me. There is one thing more. This creature, this monster. She is my daughter.
You said this is genetic. How many children do you have?
3. And 3 Ardat Yakshi are in existence today. It is as it sounds. Marinth was always the wild one. She was happy and free, but selfish.
I cannot imagine what this is like for you.
I do not want pity, Shepard. I do not accept it. My daughter's condition is my fault, and my redemption lies in killing her. Do not pity me. Simply understand my situation.
How did all this happen?
I spent my youth on the move, adventuring. I killed people, mated with them, or just danced the night away. I learned so much, experienced so much, and then my matron days came. I could finally sit back, bask, and enjoy my family. But in one moment, it was all taken away.
Sounds terrible.
I sat in a med lab while a nearsighted doctor droned at me, and I learned that nothing was as I thought it would be. I gave up all that I possessed. I own nothing, claim nothing. All my knowledge will die with me. Now my purpose is to destroy my own children.
Yeah, we should get back to work.
Jeez, Mystic, come on.
Those moments change you.
And I've hundreds of years left to live with that. I say too much. Forgive me. Help me find my long-lost daughter. And kill her.
We'll go find Morinth.
All right, we've got some updates on the chat. Arcane goes, yeah, fun as they are, podcast is more important. Scott goes, sounds like setting up who we're taking, the Never Taking Club, haha. Token, I assume that's you, but now it says TB7, so I'm going to call you TB7 now. It's like, I would like to take this moment to profess my undying appreciation for the Matic rifle. Good evening, everyone. That's how I knew. Okay. Generality goes, she's literally a Black Widow. Yup. Scott goes, plot twist, what? TB7, da. Yeah, it's if you have not experienced the Samara thing, it's the traumatizing companion plot that nobody ever talks about. I feel like we don't talk about Samara enough.
Okay,
honestly.
so all this, like all the companion quests in Mass Effect 2, lumped onto all the other games we've been covering, including the second part of the Book of Dunny, which will be up shortly after we're done with stream.
Mm-hmm.
Just everything is doom and gloom and darkness right now. What is happening?
So much darkness. Well, I mean, we like serious stories, so that's what we do. Arcane goes, speaking of cyberpunk, I wonder if the afterlife in Mass Effect was inspired by Cyberpunk's version, which had been around since the original tabletop game in the late 80s.
I could see it.
Probably. These people definitely played some cyberpunk. So now we've dealt with the parent issues from Samara. Let's see how many parallels there are with Thane's story.
And then we'll do Jack's mission.
Shepard, I mentioned when we met on Ilium that I was dying. It's called Keprel syndrome. It's not communicable, but I have less than a year to live.
Are you feeling sick? I could get the doctor.
No. Though I suppose that is a part of it. My mortality has me dwelling on things. I had a family once. I still have a son. His name is Kolyat. I haven't seen him for a very long time.
How long's it been since you talked?
10 years. He showed me some of his schoolwork and asked if we could dance crazy. We did that when he was younger.
What sort of dance is that?
It's... I checked my extranet contacts. I expect an update on my next target. The console plays music. Old. Unfashionable. Kolyat jumps into the room. My father runs around in circles. I scoop him up, toss him into the air. He shrieks, laughs, spin me. The console beeps. I put him down. Click the message. Father, he pleads. Tugs my sleeve. I need to read this, I say. I don't look at him.
I forgot that's a Thane thing. I cannot believe I forgot how jarring
I was
it
so looking forward to what chat would say about that.
There's a delay, so I'll let you know when it's there. So, Scott just said just when I thought I understood things. Jeez. Yeah. Don't worry, we'll go over what that is in a bit, but yeah.
Did something happen to them?
I abandoned them. Oh, not all at once. Nothing dramatic, no sneaking out in the middle of the night, no final argument or slammed door. I just did my job. I hunted and killed across the galaxy. Away on business, my wife would tell people. I was always away on business.
You never mentioned this before. Why now?
When my wife departed from her body, I attended to that issue. I left Kolyat in the care of his aunts and uncles. I have not seen him or talked to him since.
Jesus.
I mean, if anything, that's the when you play Rook and Veilguard, that's the different variations of that answer thing.
Yeah.
Which I will agree that is like if you want more variation in your character, Rook's not it. They'll say that.
That's not the choice I expected. Why didn't you raise him yourself?
My body is blessed with the skills to take life. The Hanar honed them in me. I have few others. I didn't want that life for Kolyat. I hoped he would find his own way. If he hated me, so be it. He would not have shared the path of sin. I used my contacts to trace Kolyat. He has become disconnected. He does what his body wills.
You'll have to explain that one to me.
Disconnected. The body is not our true self. The soul is. Body and soul work as one in a whole person. When the soul is weakened by despair or fear, when the body is ill or injured, the individual is disconnected, no longer whole.
What's wrong with him? Is he hurt?
Something happened that should not have. He knows where I've been, what I've done. I don't know his reasons, but he has gone to the Citadel. He's taken a job as a hitman. I would like your help to stop him. This is not a path he should walk.
You don't hire a raw rookie for a contract killing.
I'm afraid someone may have seen we share a name and assumed we share skills. I don't know why he would accept the task.
To be closer to you, maybe?
That thought haunts me more than any other.
Thane, I don't have your contacts and I don't have your tracking skills. Why do you need my help for this?
I don't need your help. I want it. The last time I saw my son, they wrapped her body in sea vines, weighted it with stones. He tries to pull from me, calls for her. The Hanar lift her off the platform. They sing like bells. The fire has gone to be kindled anew. He begs them not to take her away.
They let her body slide into the water. He hits me. Don't let them. Stop them. Why weren't you?
It rains. It always rains on Kaje. Warm water pours down his face.
I didn't mean to make you relive that.
Perfect memory. It is sometimes a burden.
Clearly.
Clearly.
What made him go to the Citadel?
Years ago, I prepared a package for him. A relic of my ill-spent life. I had Volus bankers store it and arranged for delivery when I died. He acquired it early. I don't really know how. I did wet work on the Citadel around the time his mother died. That may be why he went there.
I'll get us to the Citadel as soon as possible.
Thank you, Shepard. I'll be meditating until you need me.
Wow. Bad parents meditate, apparently. I shouldn't say it. They're not necessarily bad parents.
I don't know what to make of this, considering I meditate.
Yeah, no, you're. That was me being trite. Okay. TV7 goes, Thane is still awesome. Solapism and all. Generality goes, departed from their body is a great euphemism. And also adds, I see there's a super dualist culture there. Scott just goes, oh, and I think just the meditating, I was like, damn. Yeah, sorry. Didn't mean to be so savage against my own husband there.
Did we? Is there anyone else we have to check in with?
I don't think so. Until Kelly tells us again.
All right.
All right. I should ask in the chat, since even though we're not there yet, should we take team has never been on a mission yet? We
still have to
can.
give Liara int. We have to do the whole Liara thing.
Wait.
Bay is waiting for us.
No, not Bay waiting for us. No. We
Wait.
have plenty of time to do a lot of this stuff, though.
Help Jack. There it is. Okay. We are just going clear across the galaxy for this. Jack, do you know how much money we're spending to do this?
Captain Cerberus said they just extended our credit account by another 10 million credits. All right. Fly it all the way across the galaxy.
I hate this system.
Is it Pragia?
Pragia, I think.
Pragia.
Yeah.
I wish I could do the voice of the guy who did the codex in the last game.
All right, who's coming? Obviously Jack. Who else is
okay.
coming?
Hold on. TV7 goes, Lair of the Shadow Broker is the tits. Yes, agreed. So, do we need to go through the roster again? So Jack has to come, but only one other person can come with us. Shall we do the whole roster again? Mystic refuses to do the whole roster. Wait, we still have somebody missing?
We'll get there. It's plot related.
That's right, it is plot related. Never mind. Arcane is voting for Miranda because, of course, we want the people who hate each other to be on the same mission. Scott goes, I think I've learned them at this point. I'm sure you could. And I saw earlier, Scott, you said you catch a lot more with watching our Let's Play. We appreciate being your second screen. TV7 also says Miranda and Jack. Generally says it can be a team building exercise.
Okay, that sounds like a consensus.
Yeah. So team not taken yet is gonna have to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be another mission.
We still have to do other missions anyway, so.
Yeah, we have other missions. We have other, plot related loyalty missions, side missions, Bay missions.
Bay missions.
Bay missions. That's what I think of them when I play them. I'm sorry. I prioritize the Bay missions in my playthroughs of my BioWare games in particular. That's just a thing. My last playthrough, I romanced Emmerich and Veilguard, and I was like, oh, Bay asked for a mission. Okay, no, we're going to Blackthorn Manor again. Why not? So.
I forgot how much I hate this place. See the landing pad? Has to be on the roof, or the vegetation would overgrow it in a few hours.
Shepard, I am picking up thermal signatures everywhere, except at your landing zone. Something's distorting the sensors.
This was a secret Cerberus facility.
Yeah, they build their equipment to last. Assholes. It was a mistake coming back here, Shepard.
This was your idea.
She's allowed to live through her trauma, Mystic. God.
It's just weird that this is coming up on the shuttle. Like, we haven't even gotten there yet.
Scott said the team we were referring to says T might appear in the next episode.
Get a hold of yourself. It'll be okay.
I'm fine. Okay, let's get on the ground.
Then he posted that Samara and Thane go on each other's missions. In horrible parenting situations. I'm not even gonna say the bad parents. It's just girl, get an umbrella.
I wonder who's flying the shuttle.
Yeah, it's just another one of the people you passed by in the
Yeah.
song.
We don't really learn.
Let's just get in there and plant the bomb in myself. I want to watch this place burn.
We don't really get a shuttle pilot that we know until next.
No, not until the next game.
Yeah, next game.
Steve!
Way to spoil it.
That spoils nothing. It doesn't even actually spoil what his name is.
Oh, that is so weird.
What?
That you can see the rain inside until you get inside, and then it's like, oh.
Come on, remaster, Legendary Edition. What's going on here?
I never saw this room. I think they brought new kids in these containers. They were messed up and starving, but alive. Usually.
Yeah, yes, generality. Lazy particle effect, for sure. Hack the planet, Mystic. Oh, that took forever. I mean, not to say Mystic was too slow on hacking it. It took forever for it to show the correct panels to refer to.
The elusive man requested operation logs again. He's getting suspicious.
When we get results, he won't care what we did. What if he knew?
He won't find out. The elusive man requested operation.
Sounds like this facility went rogue.
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you? He didn't say what they were hiding from the elusive man.
I've never taken Miranda on this mission before, so I don't
Nor
know.
have I.
Yeah.
Fighting here. I saw sunlight through the cracks in the ceiling. Only a half-dead guard between me and freedom. He was begging for his life.
Jack is literally like you're a teenager and it's your second TTRPG character concept.
Also, I don't know if we mentioned this before. She is also the voice of the female player character in Fallout 4.
Yeah, that's right. Less of an angsty tone. Very good performance overall. The guy who's famous for knowing things won't find out. I know. How could they think they're gonna hide that one from Timothy? Who's the streamer who used the term Timothy? I was so impressed when you told me she said that. I was like, oh, God, I wish I thought of that first. Oh. It's fine. If you hear our heat vent in the background, I apologize.
I'm sorry? I do not remember how this mission goes, actually.
I remember pieces of it. It's been so long.
We've been spotted!
Scary puppies. Scary, deadly puppies.
I know. Space wolves.
This looks like an arena.
That's right. They used to stage fights here. Pit me against other kids. I loved it. Only time I was ever out of my cell.
What were they studying?
Hell if I know. Maybe that's how they got their kicks. I never understood anything that happened here.
often did they do this?
I was in a cell my whole life. Sometimes they took me out and made me fight. Filled me with drugs, other stuff. Time gets funny in a cell.
Did other children die in these fights?
I was a kid, filled with drugs. I got shocked when I hesitated. Narcotics flooded my veins when I attacked.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one.
Okay.
What the hell was wrong with those people?
I don't know. Doesn't matter now.
Let's keep moving.
Hell yes.
Generality goes, there's a lot of bad dogs in this game. TD7 goes, look, Miri, bask in the cruelties of your beloved Cerberus. Are you not entertained? Have One Thinks goes, did I mention there were drugs? It does have that feel of like baby's first dark D&D character. It really does.
Security Officer Zimkel, Telton facility. The subjects are out of their cells. They're tearing the place up. Subject 0 is going to get loose. I need permission to terminate. I repeat, permission to terminate. All subjects besides 0 are expendable. Keep Jack alive. Understood. I'll begin the...
That's not right. I broke out when my guards disappeared. I started that riot.
Things might have happened that you didn't see.
The other kids attacked me. The guards attacked me. The automated systems attacked me. That doesn't leave lots of room for interpretation.
I really wish we didn't just pull out our gun immediately. Like, I wish there was just a brief moment.
Yeah. Generally goes, in retrospect, she's amazingly even-tempered. There.
And
Everyone thinks y'all got any of them drugs.
oh god.
We're punchy tonight, guys.
This place is supposed to be empty. Who the fuck shot that Baron? It's a fresh kill.
We're all punchy except Mystic right now. It's like, guys, this is super serial right now. He shook his head. Okay. I'll keep it honest.
I mean, if that's her interpretation of events, it is messed up what they did to her. Regardless of whether it's the truth or not.
She's
a kid.
She obviously was abused. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She obviously was abused. Even if her memory is not accurate from what we're being shown in this, she obviously was abused.
Yeah.
Just end of story.
Also, as I said, I don't remember this mission that well.
Okay.
I do know there's combat coming up because there's chest-high walls.
They've seen us.
Ooh, fortune. No, no.
Damn it! What were you shooting? There we go. Shields have failed.
And we've probably mentioned on this channel too that Mark Meir did the Vortex moves, right?
Yeah, Mark did the Vortune moves.
I found that out until way too late. Like only a few years ago.
Mark Meir being the voice of... Oh!
Forgot that one, didn't we? So Mark Meir is the voice of Mail Shot.
Yes. Thank you for finishing my thought. I'm busy shooting things.
This is why I'm American.
Other side?
Why'd they need a morgue? This was a small facility.
A lot of children died here. Even then, they were part of the experiment.
Bullshit. I had the worst of it, and I made it out alive.
Our king goes, partly reminds me of the allusion to narcotics field soldiers from mid-21st century Earth mentioned in the first episode of TNG. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Were we trying to make... Is that the plan? We're going to try to make that accurate so Star Trek can be real life? Is that what's happening now, Mystic? Mystic just made the most... He scrunched up his face in the worst way.
A lot of people died during the course of those events.
Yeah, I know. I don't take any pleasure in announcing that. TB7 goes, not to be too morose, but considering how violent the facility staffers were pitting kids versus kids, is anyone certain that child
Strange to be back here. I feel like I'm
assaults didn't occur? I know
I'm
you said a
dangerous
different
bitch,
word, TB7.
but then I'm a little girl again. Shit. It's complicated. Let's just go plant that bomb.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over Jack. But child assaults didn't occur? I wouldn't put it past him at this point. Sometimes I wonder if there are things that could be insinuated that probably, like, if we had a book about this, it had been more explicitly suggested. But they're in the video game, because of how it's marketed and how media talks about video games.
Yeah.
Especially at this. So as we mentioned an episode or two ago, Mass Effect 2 was supposed to have more queer representation, and that was removed. So, because of backlash, I could imagine that could have been something that, BioWare writers considered at the time and then was removed because of perceived potential for backlash.
I mean, is it Ascension? Yeah, in Mass Effect Ascension, the torture scene is gruesome.
It's yeah.
So yeah, they're definitely a lot more grotesque in the novels than they are in the games.
Yeah. Have one thinks that yes, you can't have Star Trek without some drugs. I agree. I agree.
All right, we had a save point. Is that combat or cutscene? Combat.
It's one of those topics that is so explored openly and usually has to be inferred. I agree. And again, at this era, EA wasn't going to let BioWare have that conversation. I'm sorry. They just weren't going to let it happen. Most like subtly implied way. There was some stuff they were going to let them talk about. It's already really dark what we're hearing right now. Even if Jack's perception is different than what
They kept children here?
Jack's perception is the perception of a child who is here.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry that I'm going from room to room. I just think there's anything.
I think it's fair to go room to room. I think they expect you to do it. We have to cover up here, so I think
It's a two-way mirror? My cell is on the other side. I could see all the other kids out here. I screamed at them for hours, and they always ignored me. I must have come through here when I broke out, but I don't remember it. This is a bad place.
Well, this is giving me weird flashbacks to Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
I, as Arcane Flame knows, I hate the brain dances so far.
Oh. I could believe it.
There's a lot of stuff to do here.
Entry 1054, Telton Facility. The latest iteration of Pergnum went poorly. Subjects 1, 4, and 6 died. No biotic change among the survivors. We lowered core temperatures of surviving subjects, but no biotically beneficial reactions occurred. As a side effect, all subjects died. So we'll not try that on Zero. I hope our supply of biotic potential subjects holds up. We are going through them fast.
This is bullshit. They weren't experimenting on the other children for my safety.
You can't help what they did to others.
You don't get it, Shepard. I survived this place because I was tougher than the rest. That's who I am.
You move on. Harder and tougher.
I like that answer Shepard just gave too, because it's not countering what Jack said, but really just saying like, we need to move on from this, regardless of what we're hearing here.
We can use this.
This is, I mean, it's a surprise.
It's all fallen to pieces. The subjects are rampaging and Zero is loose. We're shutting Telton down. What a disaster. We'll infiltrate and piggyback onto the Alliance's Ascension program. Hopefully, that will give... What? Zero, wait!
Shepard, they started up somewhere else.
Ascension is an Alliance program. It's a school for biotic kids. They don't torture children there.
A lot of this isn't the way I remember it.
Yeah.
You couldn't have known.
Maybe. We're getting close to my cell, the place I came from. Let's keep going.
I mean, Jack still went through it. Even if Jack didn't have the worst of it, she was still treated horribly. Let's just say that out there.
And I do love how we did already talk about Ascension. So
That's
again,
good.
we have a whole episode about Ascension. So
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, Aresh. It's Kieran. Yeah, the intruders are here. You want them dead? We have to talk creds. You promised us lots of salvage, but this place is a waste. Fine, we'll put them down. Then I'm coming in there and we're gonna talk salvage.
What are you doing here?
First we're gonna kill you. Then we'll see. Kill them on my own. I want them dead.
Found that one! Here we go!
Not the flamethrower.
You're missed dramatic. I shouldn't laugh too much. I do it all the time.
You can't shoot your space magic. Pew Pew indeed have one of those.
Whoop! Oh, you are not my friend.
That definitely is not Miranda just waking up.
almost like, stop hitting yourself.
Blood Pack is definitely shown as, dare I say, the least academic of the three main merc groups.
That works. Alright, this is ridiculous. Whoa.
It's alright, you're Shepherd, you got this.
Coming in. Incoming!
Yes!
Kurgan charging!
I got one.
She gave him the
Only
shocker.
room left is my old cell. Whoever Aresh is, he's in there. I want to plant the bomb there anyway. Might as well do it on his corpse.
You like this better than Frogger, Mystic?
I actually complete this.
That's true, you can't. A lot of less gel being used, for sure. That's not an option in this game, though, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, there's no metagel in this one. Not in the same way, anyway.
Omnigel, you mean?
No, it's metagel in the first one. Was it Omnigel? I thought it was metagel.
What is Omnigel?
A lot less gel being used.
Yeah, I don't think it's metagel because it's, like, made from...
Is that from another game franchise? That might be. It might be just from
Yeah,
another game.
because it's Omnigel, because it's, like, from consolidated parts and pieces.
Could it be from Halo that I'm thinking?
Maybe? I don't know.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know.
You're at a door, and you don't need to hack it.
Come out. We know you're here.
Who are you?
My name is Aresh, and you're breaking into my home. I know you, Subject Zero. So many years have passed, and I thought I was the only survivor.
My name is Jack. How the hell do you know me?
We all knew your face, Jack. They inflicted horrors on us so their experiments wouldn't kill you. You were the question, and I'm still looking for the answer.
Looks like you're not the only one pulled back here, Jack.
I tried to forget this, but a place like this, it doesn't forget you. It follows you. I hired these mercs and came back almost a solar year ago. We're rebuilding it piece by piece. I'm gonna find out what they knew, how to unlock true biotic potential in humans. I'm restarting the Telton facility. It will be beautiful.
I wanted a hole in the ground. He's trying to justify what happened by using it?
You do the same thing to new kids. Wasn't this forced on you?
Some were bought from poor families on Earth or kidnapped from colonies. Most ended up here the way I did. Batarian pirates. They did such horrible things to us. They must have had good reasons.
There's no reason good enough. Are you nuts? You lived it.
This place was like a prison. How'd you get out?
We all attacked at once as they were taking us to the lab. They would have put us down. But then Jack got loose. When I came to, it was over. The guards, the scientists, and the kids were all dead. And you were gone.
I stopped it. All of it. Maybe the others did have it bad, but what you're doing is just messed.
Everything we went through must have been worth something.
We can blow up the place, but that still leaves him. What do we do with another you?
That's easy.
Just leave me here. This is where I belong.
Fuck that.
Jack, he's trapped in his past. You need to move on from yours.
He wants to restart this place. He needs to die.
He's crazy and he's never gonna restart this facility. You have to let it go. Your past doesn't have to control you. Fuck! Get out of here. Go!
He's not worth chasing. None of it is.
You did the right thing, Jack.
Maybe. This room was my whole childhood. Give me a minute to look around.
Go ahead.
Nothing's changed, but it's all different.
Just to catch up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Catch up on the chat generally goes, it's weird enough that we have one future where we accomplish things by rubbing gel on them. What are you saying? There are multiple? Arcane Flame goes, maybe you're thinking about the decon gel from Star Trek Enterprise. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Not the let's spice up the Star Trek gel. I don't need spicy Star Trek if it's not in AO3. Come on now.
I'm going to start talking to people. Are we done with the chat?
You were done with the chat.
Okay.
I thought that room out there was the rest of the world. I'd pound and yell. Never did any good. Sometimes I dream that I'm back in this bed being tortured. I used to tie the sheets around my wrists and try to rip them off. I want to stop coming back here.
There needs to be pauses. There needs to be, like, a little bit more of a pause before we go back to game.
So I'll say things after this mission. That's... it just...
Her comments, I feel, are rushed almost.
They are.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would say...
I used this table for everything. It was like my best friend. I'd crawl under it to cry. I was pathetic.
Is that it?
That might be it. I think it's the rules of threes here, unless she's going to say something about the sink.
We didn't get 3 because she already told us about the mirror.
That's fair. No, the sink's just a sink now.
See the scarring on the wall here? That's where I killed my first man. One of the guards tried to stop me. Instead, I stopped him. Okay, no more wallowing. Let's blow this place to hell.
All right, so generally it goes, it's unfortunate when environmental storytelling decides it needs a narrator and then adds, which is the problem Firmament had. I think that's fair. I think that's a pretty similar situation. Scott goes, maybe no pauses because never learned true socialization skills. That would have been apparent in...
No,
yes,
I'm not talking about her lines need pauses. I'm talking about the cutscene direction needs to take time.
You need to be able to linger.
Yeah.
And Scott goes, could be an out-of-universe issue, but trying to think of an in-universe reason. So here's something that bothers me. That I'm going to get on my little, like, Veilguard is good actually platform, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to bring Veilguard up all that much, but it took a lot of its inspiration from how ME2 is structured, right?
True.
So let's just admit that. I have no problem with it taking from a good game to try to make another good game. There's criticism that Veilguard, like, you can't, like, the companions aren't as good, you can't connect to them that well, and I think it's more just people who like their traditional tactical RPG elements and having now an action RPG instead in that universe. Okay, that's fair. I'll give you that. But the thing that really helps Veilguard breathe when you're trying to talk to characters in there is that now we're in a day and age where it's easier to have those mocap like responses where there is not only, it's not all just resting on the laurels of the line reading. Because, yeah, in that scene, Jack was able to move around and interact with it, the model that is made of Jack. But her face can't make as many expressions as somebody could now. And, like, I'm just thinking about, you know, just the variety of expressions that the characters make in Veilguard now. And dare I say, what Andromeda was trying to do if it hadn't been rushed out.
Right.
It is impressive, and it helps give more depth to that. And I think this was kind of a stepping stone. Like, they were kind of trying to get there, but they didn't have all the tools. So there are things like Jack. This feels so flat compared to some of the other stuff we've done as companion missions in this game, I'll say specifically.
Jack may have been an earlier one for all we know. I don't know the development history of it. She may have been done earlier in the development, or they may have planned it out earlier, and then as they got better with the tools, you know, other people came later. Maybe they saved fan favorite characters for later or something.
I mean, what you find actually in Veilguard, for the way criticism goes, it's the opposite. The stuff that was planned earlier on is actually the stuff that's much more fleshed out, developed, and the pacing is much more consistently received well.
Right. I'm talking from a tool standpoint.
From a tool standpoint,
yeah.
That's fair. I'll give you that. That's fair. Scott goes on, misunderstood my bad. No, there's no problem. There's no problem. We're just really passionate about it because we're writers and storytellers, and these are the kinds of things we think about incessantly, day to day, by accident even. But yeah, it's interesting to think about some of the criticism I hear games, and not just Veilguard. Veilguard's just the one I play, but like the criticism that modern games get now for not being as good as past games. And then you watch something like this, and you're like, look, this wasn't bad, especially for when this was made.
Yeah. But
there is definitely you can feel the difference in the 10 plus years of development of these tools.
I mean, it gets weird when the gamification, like as I said when we were playing, Jack would say something about the horrors of the place, or comment on the logs, whatever, and then pull a gun. We pull guns out. We're back to gamification.
Yeah, there's no breathing room. There's no breathing room for the weight of what she's saying, and generally goes. My overall impression is it was just anticlimactic. Things that have good ideas but do not give enough time to think with them will always feel anticlimactic. Yeah. I think what we're noticing, or what Mystic and I are noticing, I think is adding to that.
Yeah, like we said, rule of threes. There needed to be more weight to that room, and we didn't get it. You know, there could have been more time spent on the bed. There could have been more time spent on the desk. There could have been a third thing that wasn't the window we already knew about.
She could have sat on the bed. She could have leaned on the window. Yeah, she touched the desk. That was the most emotive thing she did.
But it's one line and then we're done.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
You could do the one line and done, but I think you're right. If there was more of a pause, if they changed the angle of the camera in a better position so it was more cinematic, and we're just not there with the Jack mission.
But we are also talking about a game that is 17 years old now, 18 years old now.
I'm trying to remember
2007 or no.
No,
maybe
no,
not.
It was
either
not.
Way.
No. This is definitely not 2007.
It's well over a decade old.
It's 2011 if I remember correctly. Okay.
It's well over a decade old, and we're talking at it from today. The technology we're talking about Veilguard, or Baldur's Gate or whatever.
Yes.
Like, talking about these games that are benefiting from the future technology, and we're just going back and forth now. Let's continue with the game.
We still have some time.
I'll deal with it.
Take pictures. And this is yeah. This is triggered.
Touch me and I will smear the world with you, bitch! Enough. Stand down, both of you.
The cheerleader won't admit what Cerberus did to me was wrong.
It wasn't Cerberus. Not really. But clearly you were a mistake.
Screw you!
You've got no idea what they put me through. Maybe it's time I showed you.
Jack, she was literally there. But loyalty missions don't...
She also doesn't genuinely understand what they went through.
True. No, I get that. But it's just one of those weird things where the person you take that's not the companion for the loyalty mission...
Yeah.
It's like they get amnesia. There's never any commentary from them on anything. Other than, like, the beginning, they'll have, like, this is terrible, or... You know, there's little one-lines that everybody will have.
Yeah.
There's no personal commentary on it, which is understandable but also sad at the same time.
Yes, exactly.
Our mission is too important to let personal feelings get in the way.
Fuck your feelings. I just want her dead.
You both know what we're up against. Save your anger for the collectors.
I can put aside my differences until the mission's over.
Sure, I'll do my part. I'd hate to see her die before I get a chance to fillet her myself.
You two gonna be okay?
It's a good thing you came by when you did. As long as she does her job, we'll be fine. Thanks, Shepard.
And now it's quiet.
So, yeah, that triggers whenever you finish both of their missions. So, also, don't appreciate it's got... Why we have women pitted against women? Why is that? Why we gotta do that?
Because if you are playing a male commander, it's a really weird thing because they are both romantic partners too. It's just... I can see who... I can see why they may be like, this will be an interesting scene. And then it's like, well, we have to do it for female Shep too. And
yeah. TB7 says, I never understood why Miri, considering her maniacal father, couldn't empathize with Jack more. Because they're two...
propaganda.
It's responding to trauma on the two different ends of a spectrum. Yeah. Miranda is going to be the best at everything she can be to prove that she is better than everything she suffered through because she is the best. She is the prep girl response to stress. You have Jack, who is the opposite. Everything is broken, therefore I'm going to break everything. Like, everything you've done to me has made me broken, and I'm going to put it towards everybody else. So they're coping with the same kind of pain with two very different tool sets, and you can only meet in the middle with therapy. Guess what those two are never going to go to together? It's just not going to happen. General Legality goes, because her superiority complex prevents her from empathizing with anyone.
Also that.
Yeah. Have one thanks goes Bechtel effect.
Commander,
you
received a new message at your private terminal.
Oh, thanks, Kelly. Oh, wait, is this... Wait.
That's Dara Zen, so I think that's Claudia Black's character?
Yes. Shepard Voss Normandy. I've been digging through the Alari. Just wanted you to know that I did find a few things from the experiments Relzora was conducting. Had you shared them with me, humanity might have reaped the benefits. Instead, once my own experiments are complete, you and your people will watch from a distance as the Quarren people reclaim not just their homeworld, but the largest synthetic army in the galaxy. Ralzora's death will not have been in vain. I will complete what he started. Cordially, Admiral Dara Zen Voss Mora. Wait, who's Jared?
I don't know.
Do you want me to read it or do you want to read it?
I'm gonna say Solarian.
Oh.
So I'll read it.
Yeah.
Greetings, Commander Shepard. Lee Artisoni gave me your contact information. I was one of the cleaning crew in the Dantius Towers.
Oh, that is a guy, yeah.
You helped me get out of there. According to Tisoni, you also found Thane. He took down some of the Eclipse mercs trying to gun us down, and I wondered if you could pass along my thanks. The way he moved, one was dead before they even knew he was there. He snapped another's neck, then shot a third, all in the space of a few heartbeats. It was incredible. He moved like a dancer, grace and power in constant motion. Seeing him changed my life, woke up something in me I don't fully understand yet. I don't know what I'm going to do, but Solarian lives are too short to waste as custodians, especially when there's so much else out there. I'm going to find something that lets me capture what I saw in him, that beauty, that aesthetic perfection. I'm also going to buy some nice clothes. So if you could tell him that, or just whatever parts of that you think are appropriate, I'd appreciate it. Sincerely, Jeered.
No, Jeered.
My Solarian voice is terrible.
That's okay.
I did try and inflect a little bit higher as I went.
Jennifer McHale does a good, good Solarian voice, by the way.
Who?
Not Jennifer.
I don't know who you're thinking of.
I am messing up. No. FemShep's voice actor.
Jennifer Hale?
Jennifer Hale. Why did I say McHale?
Does she do a Solarian voice?
I've heard her do a Solarian voice. I don't know if she does one in the game.
Okay.
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Yes, good timing, in fact. Excellent. Made breakthrough. Can share results while next samples grow. Hate waiting for culture analysis. Never fast enough. Usually no result in advance. Just checking work. Have to be careful. Getting off track. Discovery. Based on Prothean collector connection, can examine technology, chart Reaper species modification, fall of Protheans.
Tell me what happened.
Early stages similar to indoctrination. Can guess captured Protheans lost intelligence over several cloned generations. Cybernetic augmentation widespread afterward. As Protheans failed, Reapers added tech to compensate. Mental capacity almost gone, replaced by overworked sensory input transfers. Transmitting data to masters.
Is there anything we can do to help them?
No. No glands replaced by tech. No digestive system replaced by tech. No soul replaced by tech. Whatever they were, gone forever. Understand now? No art, no culture, closer to husks than slaves. Tools for Reapers. Protheans dead. Collectors just final insult. Must be destroyed.
I didn't think you needed any more motivation than you already had to stop the Collectors.
Enjoyed challenge. Saw necessity of attack on Collectors after Plague on Omega. Their work, my people. Hard to care about two armies. One wins, one loses. Always work to do after. Now, have more context. See what Collectors are. Wasn't looking for other work before. Don't mean to imply that. Just committed now. Won't let you down.
You said the Collectors had no art. I had no idea you cared about that kind of thing.
Personal interest negligible. Sang a little. Multi-species productions for cultural exploration. Gilbert and Sullivan always had me do the patter songs. But not about me. Cultural artistic expression reflects philosophical evolution, interest in growth, perspective, observation, interpretation. Suspect you won't see any art in collector base. Culturally dead. Tools for Reapers. Worse than the Geth.
I'm sorry, I know that was important, but you perform Gilbert and Sullivan?
I am the very model of a scientist Solarian. I've studied species Turian, Asari, and Batarian. I'm quite good at genetics as a subset of biology because I am an expert, which I know is a tautology. My xenoscience studies range from urban to agrarian. I am the very model of a scientist Solarian.
One of the best moments in this game, guys. Like, Scott's clapping. Oh my gosh.
What is it about the Collector's modifications that bothers you so much?
Disrupts socio-technological balance. All scientific advancement due to intelligence overcoming, compensating for limitations. Can't carry a load, so invent wheel. Can't catch food, so invent spear. Limitations. No limitations, no advancement. No advancement, culture stagnates. Works other way, too. Advancement before culture is ready. Disastrous. Saw it with Krogan. Uplifted by Solarians. Disastrous. Our fault.
You blame the Solarians for what the Krogan did?
Yes. Like giving nuclear weapons to cavemen. Krogan unprepared for spaceflight. Technological advance.
Krogan could have evolved alone, worked out aggression, been ready to use new tech responsibly. Instead, Solarians came, disrupted Krogan culture, used Krogan as blunt instrument against Rachni. Short-sighted. Foolish.
If you feel that way, why did you work on the genophage modification?
Talked before. Best option. That or kill them all. If around during first contact, would have argued against it. Wasn't there then. Do what I can.
Thanks for sharing what you've learned, Mordin.
Proud to be here, Shepard. Thank you for including me.
Arcane goes, the cough at the end with no reaction from Shepard sells it. And TV7 goes, give the writers of that song a lifetime supply of beer and cookies.
We gotta do some mining sometime soon. We are low on a lot of stuff.
So yeah, we're at the point where we usually ended, and I think we ended it on a high note there. I totally forgot that Jack's mission feels that short.
All the loyalty missions are like 30 minutes.
That's true. They're not that long. And it'll be interesting. I mean, just comparing it to, so what are the ones we did? We did Miranda's loyalty mission already, right? We've done Jack's. Have we done any of the other ones? I'm trying to remember. We definitely haven't done Jacob's because I'm going to be so mad at that one. We can
actually see if we go to our crew in the terminal. Oh, we can actually change. We can actually change people's clothes now too.
Yes. Yeah, we can have a more. What I usually do is the more covered up Jack. It's just like, have some modesty.
So we have to do.
Because we have not done. Should we go down the roster?
We haven't even talked to Zaid.
We talked to him like once.
Yeah.
So, but and his is different because since he's DLC, it's a cycle through.
Yeah. So
we haven't done that. We just got Samara, and she just let us know what it is. We've done Tollies.
Yeah, everyone who has this orange circle under them, we've done.
So we've done Tollies. Yeah, that's right. We've done Wardens.
We haven't done Garrus's.
We haven't done Garrus's.
We haven't done Jacob's or Thane's or Kasumi's.
So we're like, about halfway through to everybody that we have here. But just thinking about also in comparison of like how the other ones felt, like Tolly, I feel like that was a really satisfying story, but no.
I like it.
Okay, if we want to do Cyberpunk Grunt, I guess
yes,
that's fine.
I think we do.
No, wait. We have to do Black Bondage Miranda. I'm sorry. Or do you want to do Cyberpunk Miranda?
Wait a minute. Okay, so Garrus does everything interesting. Oh, because we don't have his loyalty mission yet. Really?
Yeah, no, his doesn't change much. I don't know. Yes, I love that look on her. It's much more appropriate. So, Arcane Flame goes, I know they wanted to keep Shep's performance neutral, but they should have some sort of reaction. It's an interesting needle. It's an interesting needle to thread there, Arcane, because now we have in BioWare's history characters that have more of a personality, not just Rook, but also thinking back to Andromeda where we had Ryder. They're very specific personalities that are written into the game, the character that you're playing, and you're making choices. And it feels like that.
I hear that Rupert is actually cooking some good meals lately.
It feels.
Oh, they're just talking about Rupert cooking food. That's all.
Yeah.
Forgot that line though.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It feels like when you try to give that character more depth in the way that they're written, certain players feel alienated because they no longer have control on how that character is perceived.
Yeah.
Honestly, in their own headcanon to a certain extent. There's a lot more that you can place onto. And people don't like that, even though I think it makes stronger writing. If you have a character that has consistent qualities about them, that have a limited range about where you can choose, it is easier to make a stronger story and a stronger arc for that character than it is what you do with Shepard, who's essentially a neutral place for the player to put on their own preconceived notions of who Shepard is. But in the same turn, there's this wider appeal when it comes to that. I mean, like, but it's almost kind of like this bell curve of connection where you have just enough hints of what a personality should be for that character, but also the player gets to put enough of their own preconceived notions on what that character is.
Right.
Shepard kind of hit that sweet spot culturally in a way that I'm not sure we can ever hit in the same way again. So I think you'd rather go to the other ends and just go more niche now, because you're not going to get the payoff for it. Scott goes, I hear Scunner and Haggis, and I hear my relatives. Scott's will always find a way to be in the sci-fi space. That's a fact. Always.
This is a good place to end it, though.
I think it is a good place to end it. So now we've got cyberpunk versions of the loyalty mission characters. I love it.
I don't want to talk to people because it'll just be longer.
Yeah, it'll be longer. So what we should do is what should we be choosing from next time for our poll for patrons?
So we can do a couple loyalty missions. We can go do some side missions. We do have some DLC to work on.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also Baze missions.
Missions.
Seriously, how could you not want this?
It looks cooler there than it did on the picture. I'll give you. Is that a face on his chest?
I think so.
That is some Krogan cyberpunk right there. That's for sure. I will.
We should also talk to people again because it's been a while.
Yeah, we should talk to people again. But in midst of talking to people, we should figure out what the next missions will be. So we'll put a poll for our patrons to respond to. So patrons, look for that. In the meantime,
we'll see you guys next week for the part 2 of
Uru.
Mist of the Book of Dunny.
Yeah, with Mist of the Book of Dunny. Guys, that episode was a trip. I have not recovered. I still need more Stardew Valley to scrub my brain. Man. Scott goes, cozy wedding on Tuesday for those planning to attend. Yes! The cozy stream on Tuesday. We'll have our Sims, Laura and Liberty, getting married. I'm just so happy for them.
Have fun.
Oh my gosh. It's going to be so cute. I made the wedding venue myself. That's all I'm going to say. And there's nothing to spoil. It's cozy. It's cute. They're going to meditate afterwards.
I think it's time to go.
It's time for us to go.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks so much. You guys have a fantastic evening, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.